First Minister Nicola Sturgeon has pulled out of an Edinburgh conference after learning that former Trump strategist Steve Bannon has been invited to speak. Steve Bannon, a former White House advisor whose far-right political views have been widely condemned, is listed as a speaker at an event in Edinburgh called Xchange 2018. Sturgeon was due to speak at the conference, scheduled to take place in the Edinburgh International Conference Centre on 14 and 15 November 2018. BBC Scotland is described as co-hosting the event. The agenda includes a special edition of BBC Question Time, and the BBC's Sarah Smith is lined up to interview Bannon. A BBC member of staff, Chris Gibson, is also named on the agenda as executive producer of the whole conference. Sturgeon is not the only participant to withdraw from the event after organisers announced Bannon's involvement. Ash Sarkar, of Novara Media, was lined up as a participant on the special Question Time panel. She said she would withdraw from the event. "If at Xchange are committed to platforming Steve Bannon, then I withdraw from participating in either of my panels at this conference," she said. "I won't be complicit in the normalization of fascism amongst the chattering classes. This is the first I've heard of this. If at Xchange are committed to platforming Steve Bannon, then I withdraw from participating in either of my panels at this conference. I won't be complicit in the normalization of fascism amongst the chattering classes." https://t.co/were6u1ktj Ash Sarkar at AO Caesar, October 19, 2018. Bannon was the driving force behind the right-wing Breitbart News website before emerging as one of the key players in Donald Trump's rise to power. He served as chief strategist at the White House, a role that gave him a direct line to President Trump before he left his post in August 2017. Since leaving the White House, Bannon has visited Europe, offering support to far-right parties such as France's National Front, Alternative for Germany, Austria's Freedom Party and the Italian League. In March, Bannon defiantly told the far-right crowd in France, "Let them call you racist," but he has denied being a white supremacist. In August, he praised Boris Johnson and far-right figure Stephen Lennon, aka Tommy Robinson, in the same interview. The right-wing populist from the U.S. said he admired Johnson and that the former foreign secretary had nothing to apologize for after a controversial comments he made over Muslim women wearing full veils. On Lennon, Robinson, Bannon said, "Tommy is not just a guy but a movement in and of himself now. He represents the working class and channels a lot of the frustration of everyday, blue-collar Britons. He is a force of nature, like Kanye West, not built to be managed." Lennon co-founded a violent anti-Islam group called the English Defence League. He is a convicted criminal with a history of violence who now refers to himself as a journalist. The agenda for Xchange 2018 says Bannon is due to speak at the conference in a major slot on the 14th of November. He is described as a political strategist and is due to talk from 11:25 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. His talk will be followed by an interview with the BBC's Sarah Smith of the BBC and a question-and-answer session. Sturgeon was due to speak at the opening reception, due to be held at the National Museum of Scotland on the evening of the 13th of November. But a Scottish government spokesperson told The Ferret, the First Minister will no longer be participating in this event. Her office was only informed at the end of this week by the BBC of their invitation to Steve Bannon, and her attendance is no longer appropriate on that basis. Other speakers at the event include Tony Hall, Director General of the BBC. Xchange's website says, "We are a two-day, annual conference focusing on bright ideas, opportunities and challenges for the international news industry. We bring together 600-plus executives, journalists, presenters, bloggers and startup entrepreneurs from all around the world to share, learn and cross-pollinate ideas with an array of experts, scientists, artists and thought leaders. We are the only conference that aims to remain intimate because we believe in the art of conversation. Tickets for the event start at €300 and rise to €1,695. A spokesperson for the event organizers said, Xchange is a journalism conference which seeks to explore the main industry trends and challenges delegates to understand the wider political and social context. Steve Bannon is a key influencer in the rise of populism, one of the dominant political trends of our times. He has been invited to speak at Xchange this year because his views are relevant to today's society at large and therefore to the media industry. We also consider it our journalistic responsibility to share and scrutinize a range of relevant viewpoints within the framework of a balanced debate. He will be interviewed about his views by a BBC journalist, followed by an open Q. Xchange 2018 Agenda Photo Credit, Michael Vaden, CC, https://flit.kr/p/rdsjbr